We are in Montreal for the NLCS game number 3 between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Montreal Expos. And the series is tied at 1. A very big game to see who's going to be up 2-1 in this series. Well, for the Expos, they won the last game. Very, very big. It was a 1-0 game. That was on Wednesday night. And they won it, and they tied the series up at 1. As you can see, Philadelphia, big win. Washington has only scored 1 run a game. They're being outscored 5-2 in the series. There's 1 run in game 1 and 1 run in game number 2. And the pitchers now are warming up in the bullpen, and we're about ready to go for game number 3 of the NLCS here in Montreal. As everybody comes out, that's Spire. Chris Spire hitting late in the lineup, not hitting the best. There's Mike Schmidt and Joe Morgan next to each other. And the Canadian and the American national anthem. Here in 1983, both these teams trying to rewrite history. And we'll be right back with the beginning of game number 1. Game number 3. Sorry about that. Charlie Lee, he's 1-0, 1.42 ERA, 6 1/3 innings. Giving up 8 hits, 158 walks and hits per innings pitched. Struck out 8, walked 2. He's got to work on that whip. And that's Charlie Lee. So coming up first will be Bob Dernier, 333, a 690 OPS. He's 4th on the Phillies. Remember for Dernier, and here's the first pitch, and that'll be outside ball 1. Last game he was 1 for 4. He came in for an injured Vaughn Haynes. Then they shuffled things around, and now they're playing together. They'll be 2-0. Well, I have not seen Pete Rose since that game number 1, really, taking over in right. And that'll be fouled away 2-1. As Dernier is hitting .333. And Charlie Lee now, and they'll bunt it on the ground. It'll be fouled. Dernier again with 92 speed. And Charlie Lee, the 2-2, struck him out. So 1 out, Dernier goes down. And you can see Charlie Lee looking very good. Pushing it ahead, and here's Vaughn Haynes hitting .200. Vaughn up in the air. Charlie Lee, they throw to first. He's out, 2 outs. He can't beat it out. And lead Oliver, and it'll be 2 outs for the Phillies. Dernier, Hayes, Mike Schmidt, and then Diaz, Morgan, and Matthews, Perez, Maddox, and DeJesus. So Mike Schmidt looking good here, and you see a few people over 300. Mike has been very quiet in this series, not doing much, and that'll be a strike down below. He absolutely blew up the Braves. He's still hitting .333, even though he's like 1 for 10 on this series. And a swing and a miss there early with 2 strikes. Mike Schmidt, high ball 1. 1-2. Struck him out. Mike Schmidt goes down. He's done having a good NLCS. And here in game 3, Charlie Lee looking good. They go to the bottom of the first, 0-0. And for the Phillies, Charles Hudson. 1 game, a 9 ERA. He only lasted 5 innings, gave up 9 hits. Again, a 180 walks and hits per innings pitched. No walks and 2 strikeouts. And Hudson has to do better. He wasn't good last time. And here's Al Oliver, first on the Montreal Expos with 5 RBIs. So Oliver now against Hudson, and that'll be on the ground. Schmidt to Perez, 1 out. 1 pitch and 1 out. So Oliver, Cromartie, and Raines, Dawson, Wallach, and Carter. Little, Spire, and Flynn. Here's Warren Cromartie. Cromartie, remember, in the one game, he was thrown out in game number 1. As they were trying to come back, he was thrown out at second base. I think that was last game. It was 1-0. They couldn't get anything going there, and it'll be 1-1. So Warren is hitting second. He's a tough hitter, and he'll get on when he needs to. He's now hitting second in the lineup. Down below, and it'll be fouled off. Again, Gary Carter is having the worst. He's having the worst of the worst postseasons. Cromartie on the ground. This will be Joe Morgan. Gets his feet, throws to Perez, and there's 2 out. Here's the playoffs. The Orioles have a 2-1 lead on Toronto, and the winner of this is going to have a 2-1 lead. Tomorrow, game number 4 in Toronto, Exhibition Stadium. And here's Tim Raines hitting .385. He's the best on the Expos. .385, the 5th pitch. The Raines, it'll be a ball inside. He's very fast. He's hitting 8 for 19. That's .421 as an average. High pop fly, center field. And that'll end it. 7 pitches, and that ends the first inning. Nobody's on. So here's Bo Diaz. He's hitting .259, a homer, and 3 RBIs. .718 OPS. And here's Charlie Lee at the beginning of the second. Lee, and that'll be on the ground, 0-1. Bo Diaz. And it'll be fouled away, 0-2. The winner of this game will be up 2-1. I wouldn't say it'd be a commanding lead, and that'll be to second. He'll get his feet, throw to first, and get the out. Oh, barely. Oh, he barely got Bo Diaz. There you go. You see Raines, Dawson, and Cromartie in the outfield. In the infield, you have Wallach, Little, Dougie Flynn, and Al Oliver. Flynn with a great play, and Gary Carter's the catcher. And here's Joe Morgan, .259. That's going to be a ball, 1-0. One and 0. Be 2-0. So Charlie Lee. Nobody's gone on base yet, and Morgan has a 3-0 count on him. And let's see if Lee can come back. Charlie Lee, the 3-0, and it'll be a strike, 3-1. Joe Morgan at .259. He's a former Cincinnati Red who won championships. It's almost like they're the Reds all over again. You got Pete Rose on this team. Joe Morgan, Tony Perez. 3-2. Out again. Charlie Lee, a lot of people, a lot of pitches on this. Sorry, I said people, I don't know why. High and fouled it back. And Lee again, the 3-2. Oh my goodness. Can something happen here quite seriously? I mean, Morgan again, the 3-2 with 1 out. Struck him out. And there's going to be 2 outs. The 3rd strikeout for Charlie Lee. And now here's Gary Matthews only hitting .115. No home runs, 2 RBIs. And this is Gary as he's going to be up against Lee, top of the 2nd inning. Now be fouled back, 0-1. First game was 5-1. This game, last game was 1-0. And this game, still nobody's had a hit yet. It'll be a quickly 0-2 to Gary Matthews. The 0-2 to Matthews. And Lee down below, it'll be 1-2. 1-2. Oh, 2-2, close. Close to ending the inning. You got to really take control here because it's going to be one of those pitches that is the doom for you, and fouled again. They're fouling a lot of pitches off early, which is not a great sign. Lee needs to get a little bit more oomph on his pitches. And he got it. That's the oomph he needs, and we go to the bottom of the second. Nothing. Nobody's gone on base yet. Bottom of the second, here's Andre Dawson. 240 average, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. He's third on the Expos. And Andre against Hudson, that's going to be a strike. Last 3 games, he's had 2 home runs, 2 solo shots in the last 2 games. The 0-1. Outside 1-1. So Charles Hudson now at 10 pitches here in the second inning. That'll be on the ground. And the throw to first, that's 1 out. 2.5 pitches per out. He's got 4 outs in 10 pitches. And here's the lineup for the Phillies. In the outfield, they have Vaughn Haynes, Gary Maddox, and Bob Dernier. On the infield, Mike Schmidt, Avon de Jesus, Joe Morgan, Tony Perez, and Bo Diaz, the catcher. Tim Wallach. That's going to be a strike. Wallach hitting 200, no home runs, no RBIs. 1 out, nobody on. And here's Charles Hudson. And Hudson will be outside 1-1. Both teams are going to struggle to get runs. You get that feeling. The Phillies haven't scored runs in a while. And it'll be high, pop fly. Underneath is Perez. And he's going to get the out, 2 outs. Perez, Rose, Joe Morgan, 3 Cincinnati Reds. Gary Carter hitting now 087, no home runs, 1 RBI. And he's been due for a while. Carter hitting 6th against Hudson. And that's going to be a ball in, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. It'll be 2-0. Nobody on base yet at all here in this game. Hudson the 2-0, and it'll be to left field, deep, and it could be gone, and it is gone! It's gone! Gary Carter! His first home run of the playoffs, 386 feet. And it's 1-0 here in Montreal. And the Expos are up 1-0. Gary Carter. And he's excited, a solo shot. Right to left field. 386 feet, 101-mile-an-hour hit. We're ringing the bells here in Washington. And here's Brian Little. And low ball 1. Remember, the Phillies haven't scored in, well, let's say at least 11 innings. Little, and that'll be a ball on the outside, 2-0. Brian Little was 0 for 4 in the last game. And that'll be high, 3-0. Chris Spire will be coming next. The 3-0, Little. It'll be a strike, 3-1. 3-1 to Brian Little. And that'll be a strike again. 3-2. On the ground and fouled off. 3-2. High pop fly, center field, and they'll get underneath it and end the inning. One home run by Gary Carter. That's it. And the Montreal Expos have a 1-0 lead going into the third. Here in the third inning, it is Tony Perez, 391. He has 3 RBI. Second on the Philadelphia Phillies. And Perez has hit really well at the bottom of the order, helping the Phillies do damage. They haven't had a run in a while. I mean, really, the Expos have been doing very well pitching-wise. Lee's 30th pitch, it'll be 1-1. Starting to spread the pitching around a little bit. 1-1. And on the ground, third to first. That's an out, 1 out. Well, I'll tell you what. Philadelphia's in a slump getting runs, and here's Gary Maddox. 321, no home runs, 1 RBI. His OPS of a devilish 666. He's tied for 4th on the Phillies. And that'll be to left field, and a base hit. The Phillies get their first hit. And it goes to the bullpen. They're going to throw it to second. But Maddox will stay on first, and it's going to be Maddox on first with 1 out. It's a little bit quiet here. It's Vaughn Haynes hitting 154. And that'll be on the ground, fouled it off, 0-1. Vaughn Haynes. The 0-1, there they go. It'll be high to left field. They're going to run after it. It'll be foul. The 0-2. On the ground again and foul. The 0-2 again, and it'll be low again. 0-2. And it'll be high and foul again. The 0-2 again. Been a lot of foul fests here. First Joe Morgan, now to Jesus, and this is building up Lee's pitch count. 1 out, and all of a sudden all these foul balls. And it'll be 1-2, and he hasn't even started on the ball count yet for Vaughn Haynes. Here in the third, it's 1-2 with 1 out. And it'll be 2-2. This will be the 9th pitch in this at-bat to DeJesus. And that'll be on the ground. Could be 2. They get 1. They get 2, and that's the end of the inning. 4-6-3 as Tim Wallach starts it off. And we go to the bottom of the third. It is 1-0. Fire again, 160. 422, no home runs, no RBI. That'll be a high pop fly to right field. Deep, but underneath, it'll be 1 out. That's Dernier with the catch. 1 on, 1 out. Hudson has only thrown 24 as Dougie Flynn. 4 RBI, second on the Expos, but he's only hitting 187. Nobody on here. And that'll be fouled it off, 0-1. A total of 2 runs in 2 games so far. As we're in the bottom of the third, has been scored both by the Expos, and that'll be foul. 0-2. Struck him out. 2 outs.
Now batting, first baseman, Al Oliver.
So 2 outs, and Oliver, that's going to be a strike. Oliver's 0 for 1, and he grounded out in the first. 2 outs, bottom of the third, and Hudson again. That'll be Oliver, and a base hit. So a single by Al. He's only 39 speed. So if they get a second hit, it's going to be hard to get him in. Now Oliver, a big hit. He's on first. And here's Warren Cromartie, who's 0 for 1. Hudson today, not that many pitches. It'll be 1-0. The 1-0 to Cromartie, who's 0 for 1 today. Cromartie to left. That might hit the ground, and it will. And they're going to stay at second base, though. Warren Cromartie gets a base hit, and now some 2-out lightning. That was opposite field. Oh, this is so big. Tim Raines, 0 for 1. The Expos have 2 on with 2 outs. And that'll be a strike up high. A big strike zone today, 2 for 8 in the series with a triple. Raines is 0 for 1 today, and he has a fly out. The 0-1. And that'll be a high pop fly. They got him there. Running in. Oh my goodness, that's an error, and it's 2-0. Oh, is that an error? That's got to be an error. And they're going to come out. Dallas Green is going to talk to Philadelphia. Oh my. Bottom of the third, and 2-0 Expos. 2 outs, all with 2 outs. And here's Andre Dawson. And Hudson, that's going to be a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strike. What a stroke of luck for the Expos, and it'll be down low 2-0. 3 RBI in the last 4 games. That's big considering they only won 1-0 last game. They'll be on the ground. It was a line drive, and he caught it. Tim Raines, though. Tim Raines hit it. It's going to be counted as a base hit. And it was a blooper, and it should have ended the inning, really, but there was confusion. And for some reason, they call it a base hit. And you can see this thing almost hit the roof. And, oh, he didn't come in because of Joe Morgan. So here's Dernier in the top of the 4th. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. He's 3 for 9 in the series. Here comes Lee. And Charlie Lee, that'll be fouled off, 0-1. So 12 innings without a run for the Phillies. Lee, and he'll be on the ground, 1-1. The winner here goes up 2-1. That'll be a base hit. With nobody on, nobody out, a base hit here to open the inning. Dernier, the leadoff, and he has 92 speed. And here's Vaughn Haynes. Quick windup. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out in the first. He's 2 for 9 in the series. Vaughn Haynes, there he goes. They're going to throw to second. They throw him junk, and it's safe. Dernier is such a threat. 0 for 1. Hayes fouls it off, and now they got 2 strikes on him. They could double sacrifice Dernier. He's that quick. 1-2. That'll be... One ball, 2 strikes. Fouled it off again. One and 2. 2-2 then. The 2-2 to Vaughn Hayes. Tie 3-2. They could put Vaughn Hayes on. Mike Schmidt is next. And you know Mike Schmidt is going to break out. 3-2 with nobody out. And high pop fly. They're not going to move. And there's the catch. They throw to third. They want to make sure nobody moves. There's one out. Hudson is hitting 93 and Lee is hitting 92. Mike Schmidt now. He hasn't had a hit in this series, and we're in game 3. He struck out in the first. To say he's due is an understatement. And Lee, that'll be low 1-0. And they know it the last 7 games, he had a double, a 9 RBI. And that'll be a swing and a miss, a strike, 1-1. He had that unbelievable home run in game number 1 of that Atlanta series. That'll be low, 2-1. I want to put it right on a shelf, right on a platter. 2-1, 3-1. Bo Diaz will be next, the 3-1 with 1 out. And they walk Mike Schmidt. They want to make sure he doesn't break anything there. And here's Bo Diaz, 0 for 1. He grounded out in the second. He's 2 for 7 in the series. Charlie Lee is starting to... That'll be on the ground, and it's fair. They might score and break it. They will. That's going to be 1-1, 2-1 now. They throw to third, and he's safe. So Schmidt will be at third. And Bo Diaz with a big base hit. It's 2-1 now. Fairly fair. They went 13 innings without scoring, maybe a little more. And here's Morgan. That'll be a strike. He struck out in the hitting 7 seconds. Sorry, hitting 250 in the postseason. That'll be to right field. It's deep, it's deep, it's deep, it's deep, and it hits the wall. 1 run's going to score, and we're tied at 2. Well, it was an extremely quick first couple innings has now bogged it down. It's 2-2. Joe Morgan. And here's Gary Matthews. That'll be a ball outside. Got a man in sacrifice position. Matthews hitting 111 in the postseason. And that'll be on the ground, foul, 1-1. Matthews gets a hit. It'll be 4-2 Phillies. 1-1 with 1 out. High into left field. This is back. It is caught. And with 2 outs, it's at the wall, but it's 3-2. And Philadelphia takes the lead. Bo Diaz ends up scoring on a sacrifice fly, and it is 3-2. Matthews hits it right on the wall. And here's Tony Perez, 0 for 1, grounded out in the third. He's 3 for 8 in the series. 2 outs, top of the 4th. And that's going to be a base hit. It's 4-2. This one's going to the wall, and Perez will go to second. And Charlie Lee has given up 4 runs in this inning. And he is still in. Here's Gary Maddox, who's 1 for 1. And that'll be low ball 1. 1 for 1. He had a single in the 3rd inning. Maddox, low, 2-0. Charlie Lee trying to get out of this inning. They won 1-0 last game. They had a 2-0 lead here. And it's now 4-2 Phillies. Greg Barger is in the bullpen. 3-0 to Maddox. And Maddox will walk. And here's Vaughn Haynes. They still got 2 outs. They've had 2 outs for the longest time. And that'll be ball 1. This guy can't hit the plate worth anything. If you're De Jesus, you just stand there and say, go ahead, hit it. High pop fly, swung early. running in, and they're going to make the catch. 4 runs for the Phillies. Could have been more, but De Jesus swung early. It's 4-2 Phillies. Bottom of the 4th, and Tim Wallach, who's 0 for 1, he popped out in the 2nd. It's going to be inside ball 1. Last game was 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Tim Wallach. It'll be 1-1. One. High into right field. He'll be back and caught. 1 out. Charlie Hudson to Dernier. And Dernier, Hudson has settled down. Dernier, Gary Carter hit the home run the last time he was up. It's 4-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. And it'll be a strike. 146 home runs in 9 seasons. So far for the kid, Gary Carter, and a swing and a miss here. 2 strikes, 0-2 quickly. Hudson is very, and it'll be a ball outside. The Phillies had 4 in the top of the 4th. Really kind of calm things down. It'll be 2-2 with an out. 2-2 with 1 out. High pop fly, center field, and it'll be 2 outs. So 2 outs here, and for Montreal, that was a big catch by Maddox. Here's Brian Little. He's 0 for 1. He flew out in the 2nd inning. That'll be inside ball 1. Last 4 games, he's 5 for 14, which is .357. 357 looks so good. You say 5 for 14. You start thinking about like basketball when you only shoot 5 for 14 free throws, and you got to run forever. Jammed him, and that'll be 3 outs. They end 4 innings. It's been a good game so far. The Phillies have 4 in the top of the 4th. It's 4-2, and we go to the top of the order. Top of the order in the top of the 5th, Dernier, 1 for 2, a single and a run, hitting .345. And here's Lee. A strike here, 0-1. Charlie Lee hoping to start this inning off well. He started every inning off well. It was 2-out lightning that got him last inning. It'll be 1-1. Couldn't get that 3rd out. Lee now, the 1-1, and it is reached over and foul, 1-2. Dernier, actually a big foul ball. That might have been 2-1. Lee now, the 1-2, top of the 5th. And that'll be fouled again. A lot of fouls all day. Dernier, remember, with 91 speed. 91 or 92, and fouls it off again. So Charlie Lee, 75 pitches. And now this is 76, top of the 5th inning. And he strikes out Dernier, sorry, and that's going to be his 5th. 1 out. Look at this, it is there. All right, that's top of the strike zone. And here's Vaughn Haynes, 0 for 2. And Vaughn inside ball 1. They're not getting any aggressive pitching here. He's 0 for 2, Vaughn Haynes. A ground out and a fly out, and it'll be a strike there, 1-1. Charlie Lee settled down a little bit, but again, the test is with 2 outs. And it'll be to right field. Running, it's a fair ball, and they're going to get it. It's Van on first with 1 out. Getting a lot of bloops and Texas leaguers here. And here's Mike Schmidt, who's 0 for 1 with 1 out. He hasn't had a hit yet, and high. He'll be safe. Hasn't had a hit yet. Lee at 79. There he goes. They throw to second, and it is a bad throw. And Vaughn Haynes will get to second. Look at Vaughn. A good throw might have got him, too. Schmidt now. No double play unless it's a freak of nature. The 0-1, and it'll be a swing and a miss. Mike Schmidt, so good in the first series, so not good in this one. The 0-2. Struck him out, and 2 out. Still hitless in this series. The 6th strikeout for Lee. You can see right now, incredible. And here's Bo. Strike there on the inside. 1 for 2, a single, an RBI, and a run. 276. And inside 1-1. Last game 1 for 3 with a single. Remember, in this game he ended up scoring a run on a sacrifice fly. It'll be 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Time to the 5th inning, 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch. And on the ground, should be easy. And they got it. Great play. Second and first, easy one. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The bottom of the 5th inning here. Here's Chris Spire. Flied out in the 3rd. 154 average. Spire now, and that'll be a strike. A strike for Spire. 1-1 underneath, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the 5th. There'll be a strike there, 1-2. Hudson has been moving along in this game. And a strikeout there. Spire goes down. And Hudson, the 2nd strikeout, and now here's Dougie Flynn. And Doug on the ground to Perez, and it'll be 2 outs. 4-2, the Phillies lead. All 4 coming in 1 inning, and here's Al Oliver. He singled, scored a run, a 367 average. And Hudson now inside ball 1. Oliver is quick. If he gets on, watch out. 1-0, and it is a base hit. He's not quick. I was wrong there. He's 2 for 3 now. Now Oliver, he pulls it right there, and that was exactly what they need. He's only 39 speed. I was wrong. Here's Warren Cromartie, 1 for 2. It's going to be a ball outside, 1-0. Singled in the 3rd. Cromartie is 2 for 10 in the series. And that'll be a strike. So 1-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Right there, oh, almost. 1-2 with 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. Hudson. Oh, 2-2, almost. Hudson again. He's done very well today with number of pitches. Only 1 really bad inning, and high 3-2. A walk would put Tim Raines on with the runner in scoring position. 3-2. And struck him out, and that goes to the 6th. It's 4-2, and we go to the 6th.
Your attention, please.
Here's Tom Dixon, 2 games, 1.2 innings pitched, nothing happening anywhere. Righties hate him, lefties hate him. got 5 outs. Nobody's got on except for walks. And here comes Joe Morgan against Tom Dixon. And Dixon, that's a strike. He went. Joe Morgan gonna bat here. Dixon. The 0-1. On the ground, second to first, and it'll be 1 out. 1 out here, and Dixon, the new pitcher. Flynn with a great throw. Gary Matthews, a sac fly and an RBI. He's 0 for 1. 111 hitter here. And Dixon again. Inside ball 1. Dave Tomlin, one of the relievers warming up for the Expos. And it'll be a strike here, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Philadelphia Phillies. In the 4th inning, here in the top of the 6th, be high and 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Low, and this will be easy. Al Oliver would have snagged 2 outs. Looking good. Tony Perez, 4 for 9, 2 doubles, 3 RBI. He had a double and an RBI earlier, and he's 1 for 2. And Perez, that'll be a strike. 1 for 3 last game with a single. I'll tell you what, right now they're taking that first pitch. That might hurt them. 1-1. Dixon now, it's 4-2 Philadelphia on the backs of 1 good inning. And it'll be fouled off, 1-2. 15 innings, they've only scored in 1 of them. And 2-2. 2-2 to Dixon. And a close, it'll be 3-2. Maddox will be on deck here with 2 outs. And here we go. He'll be fouled back. Three and two, 2 outs. Struck him out, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. The Phillies have 4, the Expos have 2. We're tied at 1 game apiece in the series. Bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th inning here is Tim Raines, a single and an RBI. Hitting .393 in the postseason. He's 1 for 2 today. Hudson, and that'll be on the ground. Raines, and will he beat out Hudson? No, he won't. 1 out. Perez flips it to him. Kind of looked unnecessary. It's Tim Raines, if he could just get on. And here's Andre Dawson. 0 for 2, a line out, a ground out. He's 4 for 10 in the series with a home run and an RBI. And that'll be a strike. Oh, no, a ball. Ball down low, it'll be 1-0. Andre, it'll be 1-1. Bottom of the 6th in the NLCS. 1983 NLCS. Philadelphia 4, Expos 2. 1-2, and that'll be fouled off. On the ground and fouled again. 1-2. Down low, 2-2. Bottom of the 6th with 1 out. Dawson trying to get on, and he won't. He strikes out again. Charles Hudson still in the game, looking good. Be 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Tim Wallach, 0 for 2, a fly out and a pop out. He's hitting 2 for 10 in the series. And that'll be low ball 1. Well, they look good early, the Expos, but they haven't had somebody on base in a while. They'll be fouled away. They swung at ball 2. He'll be fouled off again, 1-2 with 2 outs at the bottom of the 6th. Two and 2. And struck him out. He might have struck out the side there. I know he got the last 2 batters and maybe all 3. We go to the 7th. It's 4-2 Phillies. Last third of the game, and here's Dave Tomlin. 2 games, 1-0. With 2 innings pitched, nothing for an ERA. No strikeouts, 2 walks. Righties and lefties hate him. And here's Gary Maddox. 1 for 1. He singled in the 3rd. 2 for 8 in the series. And here in the 7th, that'll be Maddox and a base hit. No, they don't. They get him. Oh, my goodness. Oh, what a play. What a play by Dougie Flynn. Watch Doug. Knocks it down, picks it up, and throws to first. Vaughn Haynes. Now be fouled off. 0-1. Be 1-1 now in the top of the 7th. Philadelphia trying to get a little bit of a buffer. They already have the insurance. It's 4-2. I don't know. I guess they're saving their bullpen. The last pitcher was doing well. This one is give up 2 sharply hit balls, and that's a base hit. Now we go back to the top of the order. Here's Bob Dernier, 1 for 3 with 1 out. And this could be 2. 4-3. They just get that one. 2 out. There'll be 2 outs now. And here's Vaughn Haynes, 1 for 3, singled in the 5th. Trying to get Vaughn here, and first pitch will be on the ground. Short to first, and they get him. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. Philadelphia 4, the Expos 2. You got Carter, Little, and Spire. And here's Gary Carter. Second inning. Gary Carter with a solo home run. That was in the second inning, and his last at-bat wasn't really good at all. He struck out. And here's Hudson now to Carter. Oh, that was right there. 0-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Fouls it off. To the outside, 1-2. Ron Reed and Ed Farmer are warming up at a bullpen for Philadelphia. Ed Farmer came in last game with him and Tug McGraw, and it'll be 2-2. Carter's 1 for 2 today. Hudson has been solid and is a little shaky in the beginning, but then he's really had a great last couple innings, last few innings. Carter trying to get on, but nobody out. And Hudson, and struck him out. That thing was right down the middle. Gary Carter, that was a meatball. The Carter and a 6th strikeout for Hudson. Like, I think he thought that was going to be too high, but right now, here's Brian Little. And Little, oh, he broke his bat on that one. And that'll be 2 outs. Mike Schmidt with the catch. Chris Spire, a strikeout and a flyout. 148 average in the postseason. Spire, and that'll be inside ball one. Bottom of the seventh inning. 2 outs. 4-2. The Expos haven't really had a threat in a while, a long while, and it'll be 2-0. Last time they had somebody on was a long time ago. Now it'll be 2-1. Three and one. So the 3-1 with 2 outs. It'll be on the ground and a base hit. So 2 outs, bottom of the seventh inning. And Flynn, 0 for 2 here, bottom of the seventh inning. And that's good. They have one on here in the bottom of the seventh. 2 outs. Sorry I had to do something real quick. And Dougie Flynn now, the 0-2. It's now 1-2. They go to second base, and he's going to be safe. There wasn't even a tag there. Dougie Flynn, it's a wild pitch here in the bottom of the seventh. And look at this, right down below. And that hurt, and here's Doug Flynn now, the 0-2. 1-2, and it struck him out. And that was not what they wanted. We go to the eighth. The Phillies have a 4-2 lead. Al, Red Sox fan, good to see you. Good to see us. Randy Lurch, who's 1-0. 3 innings pitched, 1 strikeout, no walks. Righties hate him, and lefties can tolerate him. Randy Lurch. Thank you, Al, Red Sox fan. Good to see you. We're the best part to tune in as we're in the top of the 8th inning. And game number 3. And each team has won a game. Each team has won a game. So here's Mike Schmidt, 0 for 2. And that'll be a swing and a miss there, 0-1. Schmidt does not, believe it or not, have a hit in this series. One of the oddest things in the world. He ripped up Atlanta, and he hasn't done anything here. So it'll be 1-1. Randy Lurch, the 3rd pitcher in 3 innings for the Expos. And that'll be a strike. It'll be 1-2. Schmidt, if he goes 0 for 3, that's going to be big for him. I wouldn't want to be pitching to Schmidt the next game. That'll be down below Oliver, and that'll be 1 out. Yeah, the Montreal Expos, next year when I get my PS5, I'll be able to get them in. Hudson and Lee. Lee is out. Hudson was still going. Lee gave up more runs, more earned runs, tied with hits, gave up more walks. And Hudson had more strikeouts, so Hudson just had the better day. And here's Bo Diaz, 1 for 3, a single, an RBI, and a run. In the series, he's 3 for 9 with 2 RBI. Here in the 8th inning, and that'll be a ball inside. Yeah, you gotta love it. Jeff Reardon is warming up. We haven't seen Jeff. Yep, these old Expo uniforms, you love them. That's going to be high to left center field. And that's going to be a catch off the run, 2 outs. I like the old Phillies uniform. And here's Joe Morgan. 1 for 3, a double, an RBI, and a run. 3 for 9, a double, and 2 RBI. Randy Lurch here in the top of the 8th. That's going to be a ball down low. Morgan, nothing against lefties, 286 against righties. And Morgan will be jammed. High pop fly. And that's 3 outs. Bottom of the 8th. It's 4-2. I guess it's a debate as you look at the Philadelphia Phillies, whether you like their uniforms just as much as the Expos. Ron Reed, 2 games, 2 innings, strikeout and a walk. Righties hate the guy, and lefties just don't like him. So here's Al Oliver in the series. He's 4 for 10 today, has 2 singles and a run, but he comes up with nobody out in the bottom of the 8th inning. And if he gets on, that'll be really big. So Ron Reed now will be pitching to Al Oliver, and Oliver jammed him, and that's going to be an easy out, 1 out. Ron Reed, the first pitcher that came in, and there he is, Charles Hudson. 7 innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, all of them earned. He struck out 7, walked nothing in 89 pitches. Al Oliver's a guy, I'll say this, Al Oliver, I think he was named after you, you know. But anyway, Al Oliver was on winning teams. You know, he was for the Pirates when they won the World Series. And I believe he was with the Phillies. I forget whether he was before the Pirates. He was the only Philadelphia Philly that wore number 0. That's going to be an error. And Warren Cromartie, that's a big error. And that'll be on Tony Perez. And that is a big error on Perez. And here's Tim Raines. Tim Raines is 91 speed, but he's going to be held down by Cromartie's speed. And that'll be fouled off, trying to go opposite field. In the bottom of the 8th inning, 4-2 Philadelphia. Tying run at home. Bottom of the 8th, 1 out, the 0-1, and it'll be a strike, 0-2. 0-2, I was going to say the debate being the Philadelphia road uniforms being just as good as the Montreal uniform, as it's 1-2. Tim Raines against Ron Reed. This is huge. Game 3. It'll be on the ground and foul, barely. Yes, Pete Rose is on the Phillies. He came in for Vaughn Haynes in Game 1 against the Braves in the NLCS. And that'll be inside 2-2. And I haven't seen him since. And that's the strange part because Rose, Morgan, and Perez were all on the Big Red Machine, and they all are on the Phillies. And they jam them, and will this get out? Yes, it will. So Tim Raines here in the bottom of the 8th against Ron Reed. So the Phillies are really the old Big Red Machine, a third of it. And that's going to be fouled off, which is funny. And they are doing whatever with the cowbells in the stands. The 2-2 with 1 out. 1 on. Tim Raines because of the error. 3-2. If they walk him, this will be big for Andre Dawson. Here in the bottom of the 8th with 1 out, it's 3-2 now to Tim Raines, who's 1 for 3 today. Ron Reed, not the strongest he's ever been, but he's still pretty strong. The 3-2. Struck him out! Struck him out! And Tim Raines goes down, and look at the despair at Tim Raines. Look at the absolute despair on Tim Raines' face. I think he went for it all. And that hurt, and now here's Andre Dawson, who's 0 for 3. With 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. And it'll be a ball. Oh, that was inside the zone. He struck out in the 6th. He's 4 for 11 with a homer and an RBI. Before today was hitting 500 in the series. Now he's hitting, I think, 396. So the 1-0 to Andre. Swing and a miss there. It's 1-1. He's known for hitting big home runs in his career. The Hawk, Andre Dawson. And it'll be a ball outside, 2-1. He's having a way better series than Mike Schmidt, and that's an absolute shocker. It's 4-2. Philadelphia scored one time in the last 17 innings. And that'll be opposite field. It'll drop for a base hit. Will they go to third? And they won't. So it'll be first and second now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. And look at Andre Dawson. Oh my goodness. And Andre. And Dernier in right field picked it up. And this is big. Tim Wallach, he struck out in the 6th. In the series, he's 2 for 11. And Tim Wallach, this could be one of the biggest at-bats in his career. It could be. We're in game 3 of 7. The best of 7. And right now, Montreal knows that they got to get runs in. Ron Reed, first pitch is down low, 1-0. You can feel the momentum for Montreal. You can really feel the momentum. It's 1-0 to Tim Wallach, the third baseman. It'll be on the field. It's going to go fair. Yes, it will. One run's going to come home, and it's going to be 4-3 now. And they go to second, and he's safe. And now they have the leading run at second base. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. A base hit. A base hit is going to give the Expos the lead. It is loud in here. They're going to intentionally walk Gary Carter, who's 1 for 3. So they intentionally walk him. And Carter will go to first. And a new pitcher will come in, Ed Farmer. 2 games. He is 2 innings he's pitched. No strikeouts or walks. Righties hate him. Lefties are okay with him. And Clinton Parks, good to see you. Clinton Parks, thank you very much for joining in. He did. He manufactured his own double. You're exactly right. Brian Little is coming in for easily the biggest. This is one of the biggest at-bats Brian Little will ever have in his life. You don't know with baseball, the ultimate team sport, you can't pick who's up late. Farmer, and that's Little. That's Farmer, and it's going to be a strike to Little. The bases are loaded. It's 4-3. There are no sacrifices. You got to get them in. The 0-1 pitch with the bases loaded. And it's going to be hit the right field. It could drop. No, it won't. And Dernier will get it. Dernier gets it. But Tim Wallach, he gets them closer. It's 4-3. We go to the 9th. Clinton Parks, good to see you. Tim Blackwell is in.
Number 17.
I do this all the time. I like to simulate old things, every sport. And next is going to be rugby. I can get a rugby simulator, but I do football, soccer, and I do Canadian football off Tecmo's Super Bowl. You remember Tecmo's Super Bowl is Jeff Reardon and Dan Chatzeder will be warming up. I did Tecmo Super Bowl, but it was modded, so it's Canadian football. And it had 3 downs and a 110-yard field. That was fun. And that'll be fouled away. So it's going to be 1-1 in the top of the 9th inning. And Lurch. Oh, for everybody, I'm also tonight going to get off my Facebook, and I'm going to download the greatest game in history. I'm going to download the greatest game in history that I simulated, as it is 3-1 here. The greatest ever game. It was an unbelievable. I will download that and post that on all the Facebook sites. So Lurch, the 3-1 to Gary Matthews. And that'll be a shot to right field and caught. Oh, Dougie Flynn. Doug Flynn has had some really great plays. That was great range there. But the out he got last inning when he dove after it, then picked it up and threw out first. So Liverpool and Revolution fan. Kansas City, they're a great team.
Nope.
And it's going to be a ball inside, 1-0. Oh, I like OOTP. I like them. I'm just in a baseball mood. And Tony Perez. It'll be 1-0 to Perez, who's batting seventh now. And Lurch, Perez on the ground. Oh, what a play. He puts it down. He's going to pick it up, throw it to first. He's safe, though, and Perez is safe. Okay. (1908, 1962). I do want to simulate a 1908 season. I think that would be cool. And it'll be 0-1. I would want to do, I got the old stadiums online doing a 1920 season with modern playoffs. So if a team loses out by like 2 games, you still make the playoffs or whatever, you know. So here we go. The 1-1 with 1 out, top of the 9th, and that'll be a strike. Gary Maddox, one of the most underrated Philadelphia Phillies of all time. Struck him out, and it's 2 outs. Randy Lurch. Oh, OOTP is really fun. It really is fun to broadcast, especially if you the seasons and all that. Quite honestly, I love the stats. The fact that you can get them. There's a thing called Convertio.co. You put the HTML and you can make it a text document. That's to center field, and it's caught. And then you can put them on a website or put them on Facebook. All the stats, that's the greatest part. We go to the bottom of the 9th for the Expos. This is humongous.
Your attention, please.
We go to the bottom of the 9th. Al Holland is in. He's 1-0, 2 for 3 in saves. Pitched 4 innings, 4.50 ERA, 4 strikeouts, 1 walks. Righties are okay with them, and lefties don't like this guy. And Spire now, he singled in the 7th inning. Bottom of the 9th inning. This is it for Montreal. And that'll be fouled away. What do you want me to put in the comment section? I'll do that, easy. The pitch, it'll be a strike. So it'll be 0-2, bottom of the 9th. Oh, Convertio.com. It'll be in the ground, it's going to be fouled. Convertio.co. It's not .com. It's Convertio.co. And it's awesome. It'll be fouled again by Spire. He would love to get on with nobody else here in the bottom of the 9th inning. So that would be Convertio.co. The 2-strike pitch. And on the ground to first. Perez will win the race to first. 1 out. And I'll tell you what, Al Holland right now looking all right. Spire a little upset. And here's Dougie Flynn, who's 1 for 11 in this series. 0 for 3 today, a strikeout in the 7th. Bottom of the 9th. Holland, and that's going to be a ball inside. The goal of everybody, every time you play a closer, is to get them to pitch more than 20 pitches. That's why they're so aggressive. The 1-0. And it'll be 1-1. A strike there right on the side. Doug Flynn. Flynn the 1-1, and that'll be deep to left field. And underneath. And caught 2 outs. And it's all going to the top of the order now. Al Oliver. And it'll be up to Al. with 2 outs. And now Oliver he's the last chance. He's 2 for 4, 2 singles and a run. What I'll do is I'll put it in the comments after the game when I post it. Also, Clinton, check out all my, I'm not playing one of the teams. I just let the computer sim and a base hit for Al Oliver. And a base hit here. I let the computer sim and I just let it go. And Al Oliver with a big base hit here. So the winning run is at home. A home run would make this place explode. Cromartie's good for big hits. He's 2 for 4. Bottom of the 9th, Cromartie, and that's ball 1 outside. A walk here means that Oliver will go to second. Well, thank you very much, Clinton. I really appreciate it. I just do this for fun, not for all the great stuff, but I do it a lot. I do it for fun. And it's people like you that just want to sit back, watch a ball game, and forget about the world. That's why I do it, you know. So 1-1 with 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. And that's going to be fouled off down to their last strike. Cromartie has a flair for the greatness. He's the winning run. And right on first, Al Oliver is the tying run. The 1-2 now. And high 2-2. And here we go. It'll be the 2-2. Struck him out. It was ball 3, and it was really high, and the Phillies are up 2-1. I had to use Tampa Bay Stadium because I'm on a PS4, and I can't have access to other stadiums, but I will tell you this much, that the Philadelphia Phillies are happy to come into Montreal and get a win. That was so big. So big. And the Philadelphia Phillies go up 2-1. What a hard-fought game. And it all turned in the 8th inning with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And they didn't get anybody in. The final score, Philadelphia 4, Washington 3. Here is the post-game show. We're going to do quickly, show all the stats. And oh, thank you very much. Clinton, people call me a throwback when radio announcers just did things just because they loved it. And that's what I do. And Al, thank you very much. I always watch your channel. And Clinton, you know about Al's channel. Please watch it if you don't. It's a great one. It is a really good one. But as you take a look, that was Flynn. That was his unbelievable play. And I wish I had Jack Buck's money. I'm actually in Thailand, Clinton. I'm in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and right now it is 12:36 a.m. in Chiang Mai, Thailand on a Saturday morning. So I'm caught in the jungle, and it's been very unique for me. So broadcasting from the jungle, a 4-3 game. Very quickly in the box scores Hudson with the player of the game. Looking at the Phillies, Perez was the only one with multiple hits. He's up to 407. Oh, no. Nobody told me. So I'm very, very happy. That's good. And again, Clint, if I mess up anything, please let me know. Please let me know, because I'll tell you what, I do this for fun. Sometimes my memory is not the greatest. But Perez, 2 for 4. He's the only one there. And everybody else got a hit. We had 2 donuts today for the Phillies. Perez had a double and Morgan had 1. RBIs by Perez, Diaz, Morgan, and Matthews all had 1. So that's the 4. Hudson with the win. Oh, Phuket. I went there, the Phi Phi Islands. And those are great. Phuket, that nice island. Oh, it has been built up, but you know, the funny part is it probably looks like the 1970s now because of COVID and everything shut. What they wanted to do was turn it into a sandbox. So if you got vaccinated, all foreigners from around the world would be able to fly in and not worry about anything. You know, they could just fly into Phuket And they said, oh, if everybody's vaccinated, come and playing. But because of whatever, it got so absolutely botched that they never did it. But Hudson with the win, and Reed with the hold, Farmer with the hold, and Holland with the save is third. And the Phillies have a 2-1 series lead for the Expos. Oliver went 3 for 5. Cromartie 2 for 5. A lot of hits here. And really the only donuts were Little and Flynn. Brian Little, oh, did he strike out with the bases loaded. That was tough. I missed him running for Carter in the 8th. Wallach and a home run by Carter. And you can see 7 people at 7 different RBIs. It is incredible, the history here. The problem here right now is everything's closed. It's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been, but they closed the national parks. So I can't even go to a national park where there's nobody. So it's tough. It really is. But I will tell you this, when I live right in the hill village pretty much. And whenever I go to certain hill villages on the back roads, I got to remember to drive on the left. Have to remember to drive on the left. But when you go on the back roads to the hill villages, I'm telling you what right now that it is, some of the sights are beautiful. It is absolutely incredible. Going for pitching, Lee loses. He's 1-1. He didn't have the greatest today. The Phillies, through 18 innings, have only scored in one of them. And Lee, Dixon, Tomlin, and Lurch. Yeah, they're good. Believe me, they're there. They're there in force. They're good. This is my 3rd place. I'm an international school teacher. I'm a school counselor. And I lived in Saudi Arabia. I've lived in Beijing, China. And now I'm in Chiang Mai, Thailand. So, Yanbu, Saudi Arabia. Yanbu is an unbelievably nice place. And I really liked it. And the school closed and went to Beijing. And then COVID hit and I was cut. And now I got, here in Thailand, I am loving every second of it. I'm loving it. And it's work, and sometimes it is what it is. But it's a solid place. It really is. It's pretty solid. I'd recommend it. Taking a look really quickly, the pitcher analysis. Here they are, all of them, 123 total. Here's Hudson, the player of the game, Holland, Reed, and Farmer. For the Expos, here's Lee, Tomlin, Lurch, and Dixon. So now for the batters as we go for the analysis here. For the Expos. For the Expos now, and I think the Expos are in a series. If Philadelphia would have won this game 4-1 or 4-0 or 5-1 and just blew them out, I would say, all right, Philadelphia's got the edge. But it was a 4-3 game, and the Expos almost won. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough series. Toronto still has to prove themselves, even though that game is 2-1. And here are the Phillies. But I seriously think that I really think that this might go down to the wire. This might go all 7. The Expos winning that game 1-0 showed a lot, and today, coming back, they were just a hit away. Baseball is the ultimate team sport. Baseball is the absolute ultimate team sport. Why? Because in basketball, you can get Michael Jordan to take the last shot. In football, you can have Tom Brady throwing the ball. Here, you can feed the puck to Mario Lemieux in hockey, or Wayne Gretzky. But here, with the bases loaded, you don't get to pick who's up. Whoever's up is whoever's up. And it was Brian Little. And Brian Little did not get anybody in. So that hurt. And that is why it ended up 4-3. It's the ultimate team sport. Imagine if in NFL football, everybody had to be quarterback for a play, and it's 4th and 17, and you have a left guard, and that left guard, it's the turn for them to be, it's their turn to be quarterback. It's like old gym class football. Everybody gets to be a quarterback. Well, it's 4th and 17, and now they get to be quarterback. Left guard, same thing in baseball. They're not their best hitters, good defensively, but not their best hitters, got out with the bases loaded. 2-1 Philadelphia. Heck of a game here. Just really fun to watch and really fun to do. Charles Hudson wins the game. He's 7 innings, 6 hits, 7 strikeouts, no walks, and 2 earned runs. Philadelphia, a 4-3 win, and they take a 2-1 lead. So Clinton Parks, thank you very much. Al Red Sox fan, thank you very much. I truly appreciate any sort of visitors and comments. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much, and look out for the post. Thank you very much. See, I do it. I don't do it for many people. As you can tell, my videos, maybe 11 or 12 are the most people I get. But you know what? Those 11 or 12 are worth it. They're worth it because they're the ones that really enjoy the game, and they're the ones that will actually listen to the game, and they're the ones that will have nostalgia, think back, and be able to appreciate the games. I'd rather have 12 than 1,200. And I'd rather have 12 than 1,200 because the reason is I'd rather have 12 people like you and 12 people like Al Red Sox fan that say, hey, let's watch this game, and they actually put comments in, or great comments, and we relive a lot of great baseball and stuff like that, rather than 1,200 people who just, are very superficial and everything like that. Well, yeah, that'd be great. If you give me a link to their channels, I'll subscribe to their channels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to sign off. And after I sign off here, in the comments, if you could say, hey, look, I just want to, here's their channel links or whatever. Absolutely, I'll sign up for their channels. I'll subscribe. I'll subscribe to your channel now. Because I'm interested. I want to see what you got. That's pretty good. And I enjoy it. When I'm at work, I have this on in the background. Okay. That'll be good. Be more stuff for me to watch. But it is right now about 12:40 at night. I hope you have a wonderful night. I'm going to cut it off now. But I will be on later on. Tomorrow I got a 2nd and 10 tomorrow Thailand time, which will be at night your time. In a few hours. This is the best way to show it history, You get a little bit cleaner graphics. You get a little bit cleaner things. And you get the players. And you know what? It's so awesome to do these because it's nostalgia, but you don't know the ending. It's like when you watch, if you're a Georgetown fan and you're watching Georgetown Villanova and you know how it ends and you're upset that Georgetown lost and you keep watching the game thinking that, they're going to beat Villanova and Villanova pulls the upset. But when you do these things like this, Georgetown has a chance to win. Georgetown, North Carolina, Michael Jordan can miss the shot. Football-wise, Joe Montana can throw the interception in the end zone to that Bengal who dropped it. I forget who it was. And that's why these replays are so exciting because you get to relive the nostalgia and you also get that same feeling of not knowing who's going to win when you do this. Right now, I have no idea who's going to win the Expos or the Phillies. None, zero, absolutely no idea. So, Phillies and the Expos, it's 2-1 Philadelphia. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Have a great day. Lou Alcindor at UCLA and Bill Russell at Boston. Those were great. I'm doing my Legends League in basketball. I'm going to do the Legends League. And the Legends League, oh, go to my website. Oh, my goodness. Click on my YouTube channel and click on any video or go on like sports simulation and replays or whatever. I did a Champions League, and I did a 102-game season, and I did 5 rounds of best of 7. I just finished it. It took from March until 2 days ago. Every single game is on my website. There's about, what is it? It was 104 teams, 52, 102, so over 5,000 game stats on just that league. I got the Canadian Football League going right now. And I got my 2nd and 10 Select League. And I got my Pro Strategy Football, the old one. I did an Action PC one. So go ahead to my website. I keep all the stats there. But have a great day then. That's great. And have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Have a wonderful day then.